I'm Jay.
I'm Adrian.
And together we are the
Two Crazy Cat Ladies.
I'm gonna cut you.
I think I just peed.
Buckle up.
We're back in the closet.
Welcome to another episode of Back in the Closet with the Two Crazy Cat Ladies. Let me say that again. Welcome to your favorite episode of Back in the Closet with the Two Crazy Cat Ladies, where we are joined by two of our most beautiful friends and
Favorite humans.
humans.
Gifted beings.
Yes.
That all help us better connect with the beautiful beings in our lives.
Meredith and Karen from the Animal Communication Podcast and the Animal Communication Collective. We are, and they're here as usual. You guys are very used to this now.
I love this. We already have so many comments, and what I love is that.
Finish my sentence.
Oh, so sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, finish my sentence. If you're going to start talking, finish my sentence.
Oh,
they are here too.
Already so many amazing comments in here, and I just think it's such a powerful experience to have these podcasts with you, because it just shows how important it is for us to better connect with these beautiful beings in our lives. And it's just such a gift to us every time that you are here, to all of us.
And Meredith and Karen are here to give you guys mini sessions, mini communication sessions, mini readings with your animals. So it doesn't have to be cats. I know most of you guys who are joining us, because we're the Two Crazy Cat Ladies, usually have cats. But if you have a dog or a horse or a pig or a lizard that you would like to connect with, these ladies have it all. They know souls. So thank you guys so much for joining us. Here.
We are so excited to be here. This is always so much fun. And I love it. I love it. I look forward to it every time.
Karen, what was that?
So ladies, I got to hop out and then hop back in because I'm getting weird double reverberation in the sound when I hear you guys.
Okay. We'll see you.
I'll stick around. I'll hold the space.
Thank you, Meredith. So we were just live. Go back, come back.
Yeah,
go back, come back. Sometimes things happen. Technology is weird, right?
It's always it's a thing. It's a beautiful, wonderful thing, and then it can also be wonky, right? So with everything, you take the good and the bad.
Absolutely.
Meredith, can you tell us, for anybody that is actually joining for the first time and doesn't know about you and Karen and Julie and the Animal Communication Podcast and the collective and all of that?
Julie can't be with us tonight, but we're very excited for her.
Yeah.
But she will be back next time.
And here comes Karen. Yay!
I'm back and it's normal. Okay. Shoo, you guys, I was freaking out there for a minute. Sorry, everyone.
I saw you looking. I was like, technical difficulties. Yeah,
I know. I'm texting her on the side going, are you okay?
I'm like, no, I can't hear you guys.
Because Karen and I work together a whole lot through all of the different things that you were just talking about. The Animal Communication Collective, which is the fundraising arm that Karen created, where we do sort of like this, but a little bit different. Many animal communication readings for attendees to raise money for shelters and rescues. So we'll work with a particular shelter or rescue. Mm-hmm. They will sell the tickets to their supporters, their people, and we'll put together a team of 4 animal communicators and do in tandem, like Karen and I are going to be doing tonight. A pair will work to do animal communication readings for somebody that we choose intuitively from the audience. We've been doing that. Started in 2020, Karen?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're 5 years in.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
First experiences with you guys. It was a profound experience, because
that was our first experience.
Yeah. Not only though was it something that was doing good for a rescue very much in need and the amazing work that they do, but it was such a powerful experience to be part of a situation very similar to this, where you're doing mini readings, connecting with these beautiful animals that are in our lives, and it really it has us hook, line, and sinker forever.
So in one of those events, we can generally connect with 8 to 10, sometimes 12, depending in the course of the event. And the amazing thing is, when we do those readings, the people that we choose them for, the messages are much broader. than just for the people that are selected. And I fully believe, because this has been our experience on many, many occasions, that that's going to be what happens tonight.
I agree.
So the people that we connect with, someone else who's listening or watching this is going to get a powerful message from the whatever the animal is delivering for the person that you've selected from the audience.
I agree. Happens every time.
much.
I love
Every single time. Isn't it crazy?
Yep.
And in addition to that, we have just kicked off season 2 of the Animal Communication Podcast. Karen, me, and our co-host Julie Heert, who sadly is not able to be here with us tonight, but for very good reason. She's pursuing super exciting opportunities. So we drop episodes weekly on Mondays. We have guest appearances. We do little mini readings for some of our guests,
including the ladies, and it's
including the ladies. And then sometimes we just chit chat about things that are on our minds and how our lives or the changing of the seasons or whatever's going on with our own animals helps us with our intuitive work and how we tie that all back to animal communication. So it's super fun. The Animal Communication Podcast on mindbodyspirit.fm. We recorded a couple of episodes this morning, and we're really excited to be in our second season.
I also want to shout out that you guys, you can also be found on Apple and Spotify.
Apple and Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts.
Yep.
Yeah, and I just want to say, like, you guys have become beautiful friends of ours over the years. You guys are just incredible humans, and I love that you've done this podcast, because for those of us that this is something new or not really sure what you think of animal communication, it really is such an insight into who you guys are as human beings. And I love that you put that kind of transparency out there. And it really is it's a beautiful gift, you know, not just like these things, the fundraisers or the mini readings, all the stuff that you do, but that podcast really does give extra insight. And I think it's just a beautifully human, encouraging kind of light that you put out there. So thank you.
I agree.
Oh, thank you. And thank you guys for being on it. And we know you're coming back again this year, so we can't wait to see it.
You know it, girl. Okay, I cannot tell you. I don't even know how many comments are already here, but there are a lot of people that already know how it works, and they are hungry for connection.
And because we're here live on Facebook and YouTube, we do have it scrolling across the bottom in order to get a reading today. And we have a limited amount of time, so we're going to try to get to as many as possible. You want to put into the comments the name, gender, species of the animal, if they are alive or in spirit, and one short question. And in order to get your reading, you need to follow that protocol so that we can get as many as possible. So if you've already put something in and now you're learning that you missed the name or the species or something like that, just do that again. And Adrian's going to scroll through, and we're going to not we, because we don't know how to do this. Our girls here.
I'm going to go back up to the top because I know there's so many comments already. I want to give a shout out to Marika, who's in the house.
Hey, Marika.
Our dear friend who's now international and just had another human child. I love you so much.
Oh my gosh, Marissa, we're going to be in Spain soon. Just so you know. Let's
her name is Marissa, but it's spelled Marika, and I'm very familiar.
The first time we saw her name, we were
Marika!
like, Marika?
Well, I also love, we've done this a couple of times now, right? And I also love how many of your listeners, your followers are like, I know the rules. I know what I'm supposed to put in there. I know the question I'm supposed to ask. Not too much information, please. We prefer less. Less is more in this particular circumstance.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
go to it, Adrian.
I'm going to start with one that is totally by the rules from RP on YouTube. Bella is a foster kitten.
Okay.
Female, alive. What would she like to tell us?
Okay.
Bella is male or female?
Female.
Female.
Foster kitten. So a cat.
Okay, Bella. I mean, Meredith and I both have this thing, but Meredith even stronger than me. When we hear a name, it brings up something. And all I can think of is, I mean, I just see this Bella in this beautiful ball gown with these sparkles all over the place. And she's trying to twirl and she keeps falling over to start. So like this silly rolling around, but trying to be really fancy and spin around in her sparkly fairy princess outfit.
Okay, and
This
so
came into my head quick, so I had to put that out there.
yeah, what comes in the fastest, we find is the most accurate. But so here's the thing. I had a Bella, but it was a male, and he was Bela. He was Bela Lugosi Tollison. So I'm immediately getting the spinning around, but with a big black Dracula cape. And so that quickly morphs to me from this and this is a little bit about Bella's personality is what's coming through, y'all. So Karen's getting the sparkly, twinkly, Disney princess, and I'm getting the Dracula in the black cape. And these two things are coming and spinning in together for me. Like there is
Beauty and the Beast.
duplicity is the word that comes to me, but I don't think that's what I mean. There are two parts to this beautiful animal that are not necessarily what you would think at first glance would go together. We've got this dark, tough side, and we've got this sparkly princess side. What you got, Karen?
Yeah, I would say that too, because it was like this spinning around girl, but then she would fall over and tumble around. So it was like Tomboy and Bella, Princess Bella at the same time. So
like me climbing a tree on a Sunday afternoon, but while wearing my tutu. Like
yeah, exactly.
There are two different parts of this, right?
Mm-hmm. So what does she want to tell us? Let's ask her the question. So Bella, what do you need to tell your person, your foster person RP?
I'm immediately getting the fact that you've gotten these two sides of my personality is very important. You need to recognize that I am not, the words I'm hearing are stable and level, but to say I'm not stable or not level sounds really ugly, right? But saying it's not going to be consistent. You have to be willing to roll with the punches. You have to be willing to be open to the fact that I might be Disney princess this moment and Dracula in this moment.
And it's okay. And it's really interesting when I really hone in. I don't know what this means. I'm just feeling like fluttering in my chest. Some real fluttering in my chest. I don't know if that's overwhelm or anxiety or things moving too quickly, but there's some fluttering going on in my chest. So I get the sense that maybe something like some sort of calming would be helpful for her. Do you pick that up, Meredith?
I'm also getting the sense, Karen, that that's a little bit of nervousness for not being seen for who I am. Like, do you recognize me? Do you see that it's not going to be the same thing every time you look at me? And I'm also, for what it's worth, for the kitty parent here, I'm getting this crazy itch in my nose, and there's an old Southern, what does that mean? Companies come in. So you may have another foster coming in that can help Bella figure out how to even out this seesaw, because this really does feel like a seesaw. Sometimes I'm Disney, sometimes I'm Dracula, and what we want is to be the balance of Disney and Dracula, like climbing trees in a tutu or combat boots and glitter. Let Bella be who Bella's going to be, and I think some of this fluttering, this anxiety will settle down. Going, it's okay for me to just be me. What you think, Karen?
Let us know if any of this makes sense.
Yes, definitely drop comments, you guys. We're way up in the comments, so we can't see the current comments, but you guys scroll through if you see something.
But if you do drop comments, please say
the name,
like Bella, so we know what we're looking at.
Okay.
Yeah, because there's a lot. There's a lot in these short episodes. Next up is Jan Wallace. Bosco, name, male, dog, alive. Why have you seemed more restless and needy lately?
So full disclosure, I know Bosco and his mama. So I'm going to let Meredith start off, if that's okay, Meredith, because I do know them, and I want to take a moment and see what else I might get than what I already know.
Okay. As we've established, I always get something from the name. I love the name Bosco, but what that took me straight to, and this is so random, but I've learned not to question it. Have you guys ever seen Jesco White? Okay, I'll share information on that. It's Jesco White. He's a tap dancer in a trailer park in West Virginia. So I hear Bosco immediately say, I need to tap dance. I need to move my feet. I need activity. I need an artistic expression. And he doesn't want to be, Bosco, like, go lie down. Bosco, can you chill out? He's like, no, I need to. And tap dance is what he's showing for me. He would like to have a structured activity, a choreographed, if you will, activity that helps him express some of his energy. It's like a nervous energy. We all know somebody that's going to sit and their legs bouncing while you're sitting in the airport gate waiting for your plane. And you're like, can you just stop moving your leg, please? You're making me crazy. Is that you, Jay?
That's me.
Yeah. He's like, if you just give me, Jay, if you had a crochet needle and a ball of yarn, if you had that to do,
I would not know what to do with it.
Me either. But having some activity to focus on so that energy has somewhere to go. So perhaps consider for Bosco a structured playtime, some agility, some fetch, something structured that he really enjoys to get some of this nervous energy out. It doesn't feel to me stress. It feels to me more like I need to be doing something and I can't sit still very well.
And when I checked in with Bosco on how he's doing and why he's presenting as what we call restless and needy, he's actually, like Mara said, he's trying to get out extra energy that he's feeling, and doing something would help him. And Jan, you know what I'm talking about, but he's actually feeling the shifts that are going on, and he's trying to figure out what to do with all the extra that's happening around him, you, the family. And structure, right? Structure actually makes sense with the destructuring that might be going on. So he's looking to help you stabilize by asking for structure and doing some things, because there's a lot going on. And he's just feeling that what I'm getting from him is I ask him what's going on, and I see this energy going up, like, and he's trying to figure out how to like bring it back down.
Okay, I've got one thing to add, and this is so random, and I have no idea why. But so, when you're peeling one of the little cuties, like a teeny tiny clementine,
Yes,
or a banana, and you get the peel off, but then there are the little strings.
Yes.
You need to pull apart the strings because you just can't think about eating that tiny wedge of beautiful, tiny citrus fruit without getting all the strings off of it, or the pieces on a banana peel. There's some attention to detail that's a little bit perhaps OCD, but there's some joy that's taken in removing the extra layers. You've taken off the obvious layer, but peeling off the extra layers is going to bring extra satisfaction and more comfort in enjoying the small things that are coming to you.
I love that.
And I don't know if this is, for those watching, I don't know if this is Bosco in the picture, but I'm in love with this dog.
He's awesome.
Okay. Was that it for Bosco, ladies?
That's good for me.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on to G. Cosmo, cat, male,
Cosmo,
alive. What can we do to better support him?
Cosmo. So I don't know why I'm hearing this word when I connected with him. I don't even know sometimes I don't even know what these words actually mean. Osmosis. Do we know why I would hear that word osmosis? What does that actually mean, people?
Osmosis is absorbing something through a membrane. Like, I think it's a cellular thing,
okay.
but absorbing it
By osmosis. Like how you like something while you're sleeping and you learn it.
By osmosis.
Okay, that makes so much sense now for what I'm feeling, because I feel like there's something that he's taking in, like it's moving into him and through him that he needs some help with. So I'm trying to figure out what that is. So while I figure out a little bit more, I'm going to hand him off to you, Meredith.
I'm getting something about breathing, and I'm actually seeing, I think Cosmo may actually be the cat or the dog in Superman cartoons or something, but I'm seeing the globe old school comic book astronaut helmet, but I'm feeling like there's something to do with pulling in oxygen and nutrients. Obviously, we are not veterinarians, we're not diagnosing anything, but I feel like there may be some issue with breathing fully. And as I say that, it feels more like if you're in the middle of an anxiety attack, you feel like you're breathing, but you're not actually getting it fully into your lungs. It feels like there's some difficulty in intaking and feeling satisfied. And this feels like on a breathing level.
Oh, now that you say that, that makes sense to me, because even as you're talking, I felt like my chest get damper and heavier. And I feel a little like thickness in my head, like pressure in my head. So,
but I can't tell if this is medical or like anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm definitely feeling it.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if that makes any sense to you, G, but maybe you can let us know in the comments.
Please do. And if you have any concerns about Cosmo's breathing or anxiety levels, obviously, please consult a veterinarian. But a lot of times the animals will come through to us in a situation like this and say, oh my gosh, you're going to help me get the message to mom that she needs to trust what it is she's actually been seeing, he, she, whoever. But yeah, I feel a problem with absorption in some sense. And that whole osmosis thing, Karen, makes sense in that regard. Okay. I hope that's helpful.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel overly concerning, but it feels like worth paying attention to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. All right. Moving along. We've got Selvum. I like that name. Deer is the name. It's a community cat. Oh, remember last time, guys, we had like
a ton of those
community cats.
Yeah.
Female, alive. Does she want to go ahead with the dental procedure is the question.
There's extra information, but we will not share that with you unless you feel like you want to see it.
Read the screen in front of you.
Well, I can see it, so I can't not, but
I'm not reading it.
Does she want to go ahead with the dental procedure? Deer.
Deer,
DEER, like the animal deer. I hear, why not? We're this far in, why not? And I'm going to ask why.
So I'm getting, there's something going on with the teeth. I can feel a vibration in my gums, and I can feel it in my chest. So I almost feel like you're stuck between a rock and a hard place, Selvum, because I feel like there may be something potentially coming with the teeth not getting clean that could cause infection. So it's kind of like weighing out, is like stopping this from becoming an infection and maybe even hurting the heart more important than the worry about the kidneys. An early stage kidney failure is early, and there's a lot that you can do in Eastern medicine, and even with the products the two crazy cat ladies have, to kind of arrest that a little bit. I mean, I'm not a vet, I can't prescribe, but when I first got my Noche, who was 6, they said he was an early stage kidney. There were warnings and signals, and with all the right things that I did, his kidney numbers went back to normal. So I'm not saying that can happen for deer, but I do know there are things that you can do to support the kidneys and stop this from becoming like scary infection. That's what I'm feeling at the moment. So let me know, Selvum, if that makes sense. That's what I'm getting.
And how old is Noche now, Karen, for the audience?
13.
13.
And his kidney levels are better than they were when I first adopted him when he was 6.
Yeah.
So
that's beautiful. Yeah. When we got our Scotch Boy, side note, when we not got our Scotch Boy, but when he was 18 years old, just for you, our he had some dental issues, and we knew that he had dental issues because it had gotten so bad that it hurt when he ate paw at his
baby.
But because he had elevated kidney levels, which they call early stage, but it was just elevated kidney levels. We went to 3 different vets, and because of his age, they all said, we can't put him under, we can't do a dental on him because of his age, basically.
But the quality of life that he had because of his dental pain
was diminishing.
Really, it's exactly like when you said between a rock and a hard place. I really feel like that's kind of where you're at, and it is like quality of life, dealing with acute pain.
Yep.
And doing the things that are supportive that can be done.
Right.
Top of the other, but that is dental pain, as I personally have experienced, will really mess with your quality of life if not dealt with.
So we took Scotch to another vet, the 4th vet, and she was like,
the 4th one.
She said, listen, his immune system is strong, his heart is strong, all the other things are strong. If you are okay with me putting him under and doing this dental procedure, then I am okay with it. And we said, let's go. Yeah. And he got the dental, it was completely corrected. He lived a great life. He was 18 and he lived until he was 21 years old.
Wow.
And it was because I have no doubt that he would have died earlier if we gotten that dental procedure. So just take all that into consideration.
And bless you for community.
One thing I want to add to that is, as I'm checking into this, Deer feels no concern, no fear, no anxiety, no nothing about going into this procedure. So if that's part of your concern, Deer's not worried about it.
Yep.
Go.
She said, let's go.
I love it. Okay. Next up, we have a Molly 29, Copper, community cat, Ale, alive. What can we do to better support him?
Okay, Copper. Again with the names. I feel like he is the police of the other cats in some way. Like he's policing everybody.
And I got the Fox and the Hound. I'm a hound dog.
Yeah.
You know that. And he feels a little bit like the glue that binds in this community, in this cat community. Like he really feels some sense of satisfaction and worth by being like, I almost see him like sitting on not a throne, but like on a big chair going, oh, you have a gripe in the cat community? Come talk to me about it. Let's see if we can help you figure this out. He feels like the communicator and the facilitator and the connector in this community. And he wants to continue to have the opportunity to be that guy and not be like, we've got to take you in because your life will be better in this house with this family, whatever. He's like, no, I have a job to do out here. He's like the big guy on the street.
Yeah, big guy on the street. And I actually feel like maybe he's gotten into some scuffles because of it. Like as the Copper, as I would say, like keep an order in some ways. And I don't know why I feel like maybe, are you guys worried that he has a wound that you need to take care of or something? I don't know what it is. There's just something where he's a tough guy. So yeah, there's something about that may be stressing his immune system a little bit, but he's very proud. So supporting him in ways where maybe it's, if you can get some stuff into some food and put it right under his, if he'll let you give him food with there's stuff in it for him. He doesn't feel like the kind of guy where you just can be able to scoop him up and take him away and fix him and bring him back. That's just what I'm picking up from him today. So I don't know if there's a way to slip stuff into some food that's not going to hurt anybody else, but might boost immune systems all around or something. There's something about that.
I'm hearing from him. I'm not going to be one that you can just pick up and take to the vet, but that's okay. That is not my purpose. Mm-hmm. Like I'm not going to live with medical treatment. I'm going to do my job to the best of my ability while I'm here on the streets. And my job is to be the connector, the facilitator, and He's the negotiator. He's the mediator. He's got a job to do, and he's fine with that, and doesn't want anybody to worry as much as he feels like people are worrying over him. He's doing what he's supposed to do, and it's all going to be okay.
Mhm.
Even if you think he needs medical care,
Yeah.
like Karen's saying, feed him well, support him well, but understand that this is not his contract in life to go live in someone's house. He is doing his job on the street.
Wow.
You know what's funny is that I connect with Copper so well. I always say, you know, like in those like
If you were
if you were a
what kind of
cat, who would
you
what
be?
kind of cat would you be?
Yeah.
Copper. That would be me.
I totally see
And Molly is 29 says below, Copper, his personality is spot on. Thank you. And we'll take your advice.
Oh, wonderful.
Wow.
To know.
All right.
That's incredible.
All right. Next. up,
Tabitha.
and Lou.
Hello, love.
Molly, dog, female, in spirit. How is she doing? Please tell her I miss her.
Oh, Tabitha and Lou. Tabitha, I'm sorry for your loss. Oh, we miss them so much when they leave the 3D, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Molly. What message?
I can't help but feel joyful. I see Molly. I have no idea what kind of dog Molly actually was in her body, but she is showing herself to me. And they often do show themselves in whatever way they want to appear. She is showing herself to me as a border collie happily working a herd, or running an agility course, or jumping up in the air and grabbing frisbees. She's like, look what I can do. You remember Stuart? Look what I can do. And she's doing a lot of things in spirit that maybe her body had not allowed her to do in her last days in body. But she is showing me quickness, sharpness, intelligence, authority. You ever watch those border collies work a herd of sheep? They're not afraid of getting kicked or butted or whatever. They are large and in charge. Molly is doing all those things and having a great time doing it.
It's so funny you say that, Meredith, because when I first saw her, I saw her butt first. And she was running, and she was running so happily in spirit that she was running so fast that her butt actually moved ahead of her body. Like she kind of flipped herself around because she was pushing off so fast with her back legs that she kind of tumbled over herself with joy and her butt got ahead of her head. That was like the feeling that I got when I first saw her initially in spirit. Or what she wants you to know, Tabitha, is there's that much like bouncy freedom and joy in her in spirit. I don't know how that would make sense to you as far as what she was like in the 3D. It might, a lot of times sometimes when they do this, it's because that's what they couldn't be, like Meredith was saying, toward the end of their life. And sometimes it brings us back to the memories of when they could do that. So, and it'll be for you, Tabitha, to make sense of, but I also want to just take a moment and ask her what she wants you to know in particular, because she does know that you miss her. She hears you. And she actually says, she says, sometimes when you're crying, because I feel like there are tears, and she's trying to lick your tears from spirit. So I don't know if you've had some emotional days about her or how recently she's passed, but she says, I'm licking your tears, Mom.
And I'm feeling it very important to say she's showing me all this joy about how she is doing. That was your first question. How is she doing? Apparently great, but she doesn't want you to think that that doesn't mean that she misses you too. She is trying to make you feel more joyful about knowing that she is doing fine. She misses you, and she's showing up for you in some sort of ways. But she's doing just fine, and she is full of joy being back to source energy in spirit.
And the last thing she wants to say is, and I don't know why, I feel like I see you holding some of her stuff. I don't know if it's her collar or the lead that she walked, or something that was hers that was special. And you're feeling like, I don't want to put this away. I don't want to have to put this stuff away. And she said, don't put it away. make it, put it out, put it someplace. The things that are special about her, put them out somewhere if you haven't already, in like a display with her photo, instead of thinking like you have to put anything away.
Yeah, use that to honor her rather
Mhm.
than feel like it's a guilty pleasure to pull out her blanket and smell it, or pull out her collar and think about how you snapped it on in the mornings. Use those as ways to honor her rather than trinkets that you mourn over.
And I'm scrolled down to Tabitha. She said Molly in the end had laryngeal paralysis. Oh, I know how that goes, honey. And my cat Hockey Puck passed of that, and it's very odd in cats. So she couldn't run and jump at the end. So I'm glad she can now. That must be why she was so like wanted you to see like how free she is and free to bounce around and run. But yeah, if you're holding on to some of her stuff, it's okay. She knows.
Oh, sweet baby. Annie Bell is here.
Annie Bell just mentioned, it's her 2-year
day. It's her day. Gotcha day.
Today's
Found you day.
Yes.
Maybe we'll do a little
check-in with her too.
Yes. Okay. Next,
meantime is Bee Gees. Maggie, female, alive.
Oh, we don't know.
I don't know if she's.
Okay, guys. We're gonna skip over. So do this again, but we need to know the species as well. So
Wait. So
look at the.
go up. Hold up.
No, they're missing species as well.
Right
Oh,
there.
here we go.
Here we go.
All right. Next.
Jessica Johnson. Rakel, is that right? Female, alive cat. What does she need me to know?
Okay, she just said, you're badass, Jessica.
What's up, Jess?
All right.
So
And she said, I love my hair.
You're badass.
Jessica.
It's kind of like cheering you on for some reason. So that's what I got right away. So Meredith.
I also got I love my hair. It wasn't Raquel Welch that did the Don't Hate Me Because I'm Beautiful Pantene commercials, but she feels very proud of her beauty. Okay, I grew up in an era where Raquel Welch, here we go back to the names, was the pinnacle of beauty, right? And elegance and all of that. She feels sort of, and prissy is the word that's coming to me, but it's prissy with a very strong undercurrent of badass. She's like, I look beautiful and I look like I can't work these stilettos, but I could kick your ass if I needed to. So she feels very beautiful and very powerful and very aware that she has both beauty and power. And she's not afraid to use it.
Yeah. And Jessica, she's very focused on you and really wanting you to know how badass you are. She's very, there's something about her energy that she makes me feel like she's here to support you in some way that you need. And she would very much like for you to just sit with her and look her in the eyes. And it's okay to tell her if you're struggling with something, because she wants you to know that she sees you and that you really are badass.
She's also, we've talked before about how animals can mirror or model behavior for us. She is modeling to me. She is modeling, literally strutting down the runway. And she is saying, follow my lead. Have this aura of confidence, this aura of strength, and know that you can be this strong as well. Don't forget how strong you are. What is she doing? What is she doing?
She is showing up for you. That's what she's doing. And he's here for everyone that can't.
So Raquel Jessica, keep an eye on that cat, and whatever you see her do, go, I can do it too. Watch this. And I can see the two of you strutting down the runway together.
I love that.
So let us know if that makes sense.
I love it so much.
It's so random. It's so random, but they always do
cool.
it when you need to do it.
Raquel's a cool cat.
Yeah. And Jessica's a cool cat person.
That's right.
Oh,
all right. We got Amber is here with Cricket, Maine Coon cat.
Oh,
female alive. Help me understand why you're scared at home or when outside.
So it sounds to me like if what she's right, Amber, it sounds like what you're saying is he's scared whether he's at home or outside. Like he's just scared all the time. Is that what I'm getting?
She's
a little girl.
Okay, that she's scared all the time. Is that what are you guys understanding it that way as well?
Or when outside. Yeah, she's an anxious cat.
Okay.
Yep. We
Okay.
actually
Cricket. You guys know Cricket?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cricket, I love you. I love you, Cricket.
What's happening with you?
Cricket feels like an uncertain heroine to me. And I'm actually seeing images of the old Godzilla movies. Godzilla, King Kong, Mothra. You guys know that I'm married to a comic book collector, so I have a lot of this, but I see a lot of, I'm a very large, I don't mean this ugly about Cricket, but I'm a very large mutant dinosaur or moth or turtle or whatever. Like I'm very large in size and I should seem like I can overpower anyone, but I'm climbing up this building. I'm taking on this supervillain and I don't have experience with this. I'm figuring it out as I go. It feels just like a little lack of self-confidence to me and a little, almost resentment or confusion about the stereotype that one might have of a larger being as being powerful and confident and all of that. And Cricket's going, yeah, I'm big. I'm assuming Cricket's big as a Maine Coon, but Cricket's kind of going, yeah, everybody thinks I'm supposed to be all that, but I haven't quite figured that out yet. Give me some space, give me some healthy boundaries, and let me settle into figuring out my size. I don't know if that makes any sense. What have you got, Karen?
So I body mapped with her right away while she was telling you about the stuff. And I cannot, so since we are connected, the feeling that I keep getting is there's some sort of pressure going on the left side of my head. And I'm feeling like kind of jittery up through my system, and my spleen meridian is lit up, but in a cool way. It's weird. It's like cool and damp. So it does. So that makes me think that something is triggering her needing more support than she's getting. And there's an anxiousness that's like raising, like, it's really interesting because the adrenal glands sit below the spleen on top of the kidneys. And I feel like something there's too much. She needs more calming, and it's triggering the adrenals to go a little crazy, which I feel like I've got this extra jitteriness running around in my system. So I don't have much left to discern and take in stimulation. I don't know how that makes sense.
I want to add one thing here. This feels to me, I have no idea how old Cricket is, but this feels to me like those awkward teenage years. And Karen, I kind of chuckled when you said, I need more support than I feel like I'm getting. This feels to me like a teenage girl who's not gotten her first bra yet, but it's clear that she needed it a couple of months ago. You know, that it's kind of like I'm okay. Y'all have met me. I'm 5 feet tall. I was the tallest girl in my 4th grade class. I had a very early growth spurt, and all of the girls that were the same age are now 5'10", 5'11", and here I am still 5 feet tall. That's what this feels like to me. Like Cricket has had a growth spurt. Cricket has grown to full size, but has not yet figured out the tools, the foundation garments, how to move my feet in a way that I don't feel so clumsy because I've already grown and not everyone else has caught up with me yet.
Sounds a lot like Annie. In the first reading, where Meredith, you said that that Annie reminded you of Bambi, and like
trying to get up on the ice
on skis. Yeah, it's just yeah.
Cricket feels to me like she's the the tallest girl in her 4th grade class and has gotten her boobies and has developed a little bit early and isn't quite sure what to do with how to feel like she fits in. But ultimately people are going to catch up with her and she's going to get her coordination and grow into her stature. And that's just what it feels like to me. It feels like awkward middle ground.
What are you feeling, Karen?
I am going to say, if you check, I don't know how you check a spleen and level of adrenals, but there's something she's I feel like she's over processing something in her system that's not helping. And I just scrolled down and I can see what you said, Amber. She says, Amber saying she's more of a small sized Maine Coon, but Maine Coons have I don't know, they're so like inside usually. So I don't know if that helps, but if you go to a Eastern medicine vet or someone who can just look at the balance of how things are flowing in her system, I feel like something is overproducing in her that might be triggering some extra adrenaline or something. Do you know? Do you guys know what I mean? You know what I mean? Amber, let us know if that makes any sense. She's still growing. So, okay, it could be all of that too, because she's still like, I just feel like I'm.
But as far as like what we know of Precious Little Cricket, I love her. And I feel like her and Annie would be friends because they're both special little girls. But I love that you really honed in on that, on her body, on what her body is feeling like. And I'm curious to follow up with you, Amber, and see what you find out.
Yeah. I'd also like to point out that this is such a beautiful example of what tandem readings are like, because, you know, Karen's background is in energy work and Chinese medicine, and in addition to animal communication. And I'm all about personality and experience and, you know, finding the connection. And I love when our different styles come together.
And they totally went
really, yeah.
Same. That's why you two are like our favorite, like our favorite go-tos when it comes to this, because the two of you together are just like, it's perfect.
I love it. I love it.
All right, Amber, keep us posted.
Yep. Next is Amy.
Amy, we have Linus, male cat, alive. What does he need from me? And then she said, I can't seem to find a food he likes.
Ah, okay.
That's Karen's territory right there.
All right, Linus, let's chat.
Karen's our gal. She'll be like, species appropriate.
Besides that, yes. Always. Okay, Mr. Linus.
So Linus shows up to me more like Pigpen from the Charlie Brown cartoons. You know, Linus is obviously a character in the Charlie Brown cartoons, and he's a little smart and he's a little bit nerdy, whatever. But I see Pigpen with the cloud around him, and Linus is kind of like pulling the cloud back like curtains, going, I'm not sure I can see out of this whirlwind around me. Again, I think we have a lot of, especially cats, sort of trying to figure out where they fit right now. And he's kind of peeping out of the curtain and going, is there still a dust storm happening around me? Can I looking in the mirror? Hasn't quite figured it out. What are you getting about the food, Karen? Because that's totally your.
So when I ask him, what's up with the food? Like, what do we need to know about? How would you like to dine? I feel like I have to say, how would you like to dine? Because there's something about this food experience for him that there isn't, in his mind, it's not rich enough. So when I don't mean rich as in write out a big check, Amy. I mean rich as in smell, flavor, broth, layered texture. Like he wants to go to the 5-course meal and dine. So when a cat shares that with me, a lot of times I think, okay, I start asking, well, do you want your food warm or cold? Do you want it moist or a little drier? You know, like to almost like at a restaurant, like how would you like your steak or how would you like your salad? And what I get from him is for some reason, smell is really important to him. And I'm curious if he has ever just wanted tuna juice. because I'm not saying you should give him tuna juice or tuna because we know that's not good for cats, but there is something in it, right? That umami smell. So I know you might want to try. There's Bonito Flakes by Catmandu that are healthier, and they're wafer thin, and you can crumble them on top of the food to get his nose excited. And I also feel like he wants his food warmed, not hot, but a little warmed. And he wants it to be succulent. I keep seeing him wanting to like in through the back of his nose and then out so he can like get a scent of it. So there's something about the experience of eating that he's missing on some level.
So Karen, when you said 5-course meal, I see the waiter in the, in the waistcoat come out and say, "Would you like fresh ground pepper, sir?" And then you mentioned the flakes. Adrian and Jay, you may have some advice on like toppers for food. It's not necessarily that the food has to be so different every day, but the seasoning and the spices, the toppers, the ground parsley, whatever the garnishes are, might interest him more. He feels bored to me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even going back to the tuna juice, like tuna water is when you're looking for a good food, like, I mean, Parmesan cheese, like these things aren't things that we say feed your cats on a regular basis, like feed it to your cats, but as a trickery or as a enticer, as a treat to get your cats to eat those things. I mean, for us, we have green juju treats that, they're whole bite, whole food bites.
And we crumble them on top.
That we crumble on top.
That are temperature, Karen, that you said. Yeah, he would like it warm. For our cats, we do bring their food up to we call it mouse temperature,
which is slightly warmed.
Right. Release the aromas more, and we feed it on we feed on the mind
on a platter.
But yes, platter.
And then we put their treats on top.
So there's a lot beyond just the kind of food that can help cats be excited about meals.
Yeah, but if you're feeding a good, healthy food, don't worry too much about the topper that you're putting on and switch it up. But like, don't worry too much about the topper that you're putting on to entice them to eat the food. If it's tuna, like Karen said, if it's tuna that is the smell that we're looking for, tuna water over tuna oil, right? A little drizzle or tuna for that matter, right?
A drizzle of aioli, as we say.
Yes, a little tuna aioli, please.
Yeah. But the Bonito Flakes works. I mean, when Noche gets bored of his food, and trust me, I mix it up. He gets like a gourmet menu, like from Michelin star. So, but when he gets bored, I take those Bonito Flakes out and I crinkle them on top of the food, and all of a sudden it's like brand new to him. So,
same here. We have like our different.
Well, here's what they told us, that Jack is our foodie in the house, right? He likes things. He likes to try different things. He wants. You're so right. I mean, he is so excited about food when it's right, when he loves it. So, yeah, Amy, keep us posted on Linus.
All right. Next, Jennifer Long, my sweet Ellie Mae dog, deceased, passed 2 years ago. She's missed every day. Is she still around?
Okay. All right. Jennifer, I'm so sorry for your loss. It doesn't matter if it was 2 years ago. It can still feel like yesterday. Yes, it really does. All right. Let's see what Ellie Mae wants to share with you. She says, "I'm very sassy. In heaven, I'm very sassy. I'm telling the other ones what to do and getting them lined up and ready to go." So I feel like what she said, I feel like she's like shepherding little souls out into new bodies, and she's telling them what to do and where to go, and that's her job. She has a job in heaven, I guess is what she's telling me.
But it feels to me like she is the kind of personality who could tell you to do anything and you would gladly do it. She's showing up to me like Dolly Parton. Dolly Parton could ask me to jump off a roof or follow her into traffic, and I would probably do it. She is so sweet and so sassy and so powerful that whatever she asks me to do, I'm going to do it. So I could see Ellie Mae being that.
Like And you're going to do this, and you're going to do this, and everyone's going to go, okay.
And you're going to be like, yes, I am. And thank you so much for the opportunity to follow you into traffic. You know,
Yes.
I will be happy to do whatever it is that you want me to do. She feels very kind and very benevolent. Obviously, she's not asking anyone to follow her into traffic, but she is, she's a natural leader, but with compassion and empathy and kindness. And everybody's happy to do whatever it is that she decides they need to do, because I also feel like she has a real special connection to leadership, and whatever it is that she's asking everyone to do in doggy heaven, that's what she's supposed to be asking them to do.
But she also wants to let you know, Jennifer, that I don't know why she's saying it this way, but you did everything that you could, and you are a good dog mom. And she feels your heart. When you think of her, she feels you. I'm thinking of her. And she says that you were a really good dog mom, and your generous nature and spirit is something that she really adored and still adores about you.
So to your question, is she still around? Yes. And she's giving you signs all the time, but they're funny ones. They're like silly, funny signs. And I'm actually seeing like, there's something from a Monty Python sketch. You know, there's real edgy humor going on. And I can see her like flitting down with little fairy wings on and going, ha ha ha, do you see me? And then disappearing. There's something sassy and edgy in her humor. There's a humor whenever she's showing up to give you signs, because she's telling you need to laugh more, that you get focused on a lot of things, and there's not always time in your mind, for humor, for relaxation, for silliness. And she's trying to give you some signs in silliness to remind you to stop, be present, laugh. Don't know if that means anything to you, Jennifer, but watch for something silly, and Dolly Parton and Ellie Mae coming to show herself to you. Anything else, Karen?
No, that's what I'm getting, that she really is watching over you still. She's definitely there, and she's still watching over you.
Oh, what a character. I love Ellie Mae.
Yeah.
I love her. Oh my God. Okay, Friday is upside down.
Look at that butt.
She's
Look at
like,
that tail butt.
Look at that tail.
Right? Always talking. Okay, next up we have Yetta McNeil. Jake, male dog, passed. Is he okay? Does he know how much he has missed?
Jake.
Jake.
Is he okay? Well, he feels like he had a personality that was larger than life. I don't know how big he was actually in the 3D, but his personality, his energy, his being was larger than life when he was in his body.
And I'm getting,
I feel like there's like a big, I feel like there's a big hole where he used to be energetically.
and he is coming through to me as you said, Karen, huge, goofy, clumsy, Great Dane trying to run an agility course.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how do I get my big old body through this little tunnel? How do I go over this seesaw? Laughing the whole way.
Mm-hmm.
I just see these paws go boom, boom, boom. There's something real gentle and kind and goofy about him that is bringing joy and comfort, even in his absence.
And I don't know how this makes sense to you, Yetta. I feel like when he was passing, I get the sense it was assisted. And I feel like there were people around him. And he makes me feel like how loved he was, even in his passing. Like he knew he was being watched over in some way, and how hard that was for people.
All I can see is a great.
I feel like all this love around him, you know.
all I can see is a great big smile and this enormous tongue hanging out, like it reaches down to my waist in my mental image. But he's smiling. He knows he's surrounded. He knows he's loved. He knows that he received joy and also brought joy and gave it out freely, is what I'm getting from Jake.
I feel like he had what he wants you to know is he really did have a good life. He enjoyed his life. It was like to him, it was like good to the last drop is what I just heard. So he does know how much he's missed, and he feels like he was deeply loved as well.
So what Friday's doing right now, which A is freaking adorable,
Right.
but B, I'm still seeing Jake as this enormous, goofy, large dog. Is it a Great Dane? Is it what? I don't know. But these lying on his back with these long, lanky legs up in the air, scratching that belly, scratching that rib cage, scratching the inside of those back legs, and him just laying there with tongue hanging out. And those are the moments that he treasures. And does he know how much he's missed? Yeah. But when you have a memory of those moments, just know that he is present for that. And he's going, yep, you see it, you get it. We're here together in this moment. Those are the memories. There's an upside downness. There's a rolled over on the back with the belly up in the air and the legs and the tail flopping. That just feels very joyful to me. And yet I hope that's something that actually means something to you, and that you can focus on when you're missing Jake, to know that he's right there missing you too.
Let us know how that makes sense, Yetta.
I don't know how it happened.
right.
Last time I looked, we were only in 43 minutes, and now we're over an hour.
Okay, can
Go
we
ahead,
scroll
Karen.
through and get one more?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm good. I have some staying power if you do, Meredith. So we can
You
do
want
a couple more if you want.
One more?
Okay, we have Lori Christine, Nathan, Kat, Mail, in spirit. Does he have a message for me?
Okay. Lori, Christine, what? Nathan. He's keeping tabs on you, Lori. I see him like there as if he doesn't even look like a cat anymore. He looks like this being, and he's got this notebook and he's taking notes on you. He's like keeping an eye on you like this. And the first thing he says, and I don't know how this makes sense, Lori, but make sure you're eating well. Take care of your own diet. I don't know what that means. I'm not saying you should go on a diet, but the quality of the food that you're eating, he's like, just, make sure you're eating good quality food. There's something about what you're eating that he wants you to know to take care of. I don't know why that came through like that first, but it did.
There is something about Nathan that is coming through to me like my early high school boyfriend who was
Nathan.
His name was not Nathan, but he's coming through like this to me. Like he's wearing a long trench coat and some boots, and he probably was just playing Dungeons and Dragons and listening to some Frank Zappa. There's a bit of an alt late 80s-ness to him, where he's got a little bit of a dark side, but then he's also the guy who's going to like open up the closet and go, look, here's my teddy bear from when I was a small child, and I save it just in case I ever need it. He is very diverse. Y'all, this is the weirdest message so far. He is very diverse and a little bit weird and comfortable in his weirdness and not afraid to show it. Lori, this sounds like a strange thing to say to you, but be yourself. Like embrace your trench coat and your boots and your weird music that nobody else in junior high listens to. Take care of yourself and find your people. Does that make any sense?
Yeah. He's really
a
cool.
long jacket feels very comfortable to you.
Oh my God. Like John Nelson from Breakfast Club.
Yes, that's the guy. That's the guy. I dated Judd Nelson, by the way. That guy.
You did
No,
not.
so that's
Actual Judd
exactly
Nelson or a guy that was like Judd Nelson?
exactly like Jug Nelson.
Okay.
But that's who I'm talking about. That guy who ended up being super sensitive and kind, but hid it all under
Yeah.
all this weirdness. Just be yourself. But if being yourself is
Mhm.
a little bit weird, embrace that.
Mhm.
Totally okay.
Yeah.
Do
Yeah.
you, boo? Do you, boo?
You
Do
guys,
you, boo?
Do
I love
you,
you so
boo?
Embrace
much.
the beauty that is you.
What a great message.
I
What a
see
great
some
message.
I see some
Familiar faces, and
yes, but I see
we
some
had a glitch
comments
with
of people.
Facebook tonight. So
Yeah.
even though we are only on YouTube right now, apparently,
No.
yeah, well, I mean, fine, because we
This-
still didn't get to all of them.
I know. I feel bad when we don't get to everyone.
I
Yeah.
see some
But
people
again, we will always have our girls, so long as they're ready,
long as
able,
you're
and
willing.
willing
Always.
back. We will always have them back so that we can continually, they can continually give you guys these bursts of knowledge and joy. So thank you guys. Thank you so
both
much for joining us tonight. Do you want to do a quick 3-minute with Annie?
Yes, this is her found you day.
Today is Gotcha Day for Annie.
2 years ago today.
2 years ago today, we found her.
She's sitting up on the shelf, keeping an eye on us.
She's up there.
Mhm.
And yeah, so Annie, female cat, Maine Coon-ish, and alive, very much alive.
And your questions.
What is the question?
Does she have anything that what does she need from us most?
Okay. All right. Okay, sweet Annie. So we know her, so I'm just going to let her kind of unfold a little bit of something new for me. Annie, sweetie pie.
All right, y'all. Here's what I hear. Take down your shields. Take off your costumes. Take off your masks. Take down your shields. All of the things that we are, that we're supposed to be, let her in. Let her into all of those things. I don't think you guys are fakers in any way whatsoever, but she's like, I know the real you, and I need you to acknowledge and allow me to see the realer you. There are parts of the real you that you haven't even gotten to yet. Peel it off. It's like a rubber
Onion.
Yeah. No, even more than an onion. It's more the things we have to do to get through our lives and get through the day. She's like, I'm crawling inside your super suit with you. And I need to know the real you. I know the real you. I need you to acknowledge that I know the real you.
And she's telling me patience. It's one of the things she's come to teach, right? As we know. But it's interesting, like in a fine wine way, like when you first uncork a really fine wine, there are layers to it of coming out. And she needs you to have patience so that she can become fuller. But that means you also have to have patience with yourselves as well. She actually is the way her soul has entered this little sensitive Annie body creates questions for you guys around trying to figure her out. Like you can't put your finger on her. She's almost like water. You know what I mean? Where you think you figured her out and then she does something else. And then you figure that out and you're like, nope, now today she's going to be like that. And you're like, I thought you weren't like that, but now you are like that. And so there's a lot of slowing down and understanding the rich layers as she airs herself to the world, which is forcing you to have to slow down as well. And so she's just saying, I'm still, my fine wine is still breathing. You're still learning about me, even though I've been with you for 2 years.
And I'm going to add to that and say, just when you think you've got it figured out and got your finger on it, I'm going to do something different. I'm hearing I'm a shapeshifter.
Mm-hmm.
We know that.
And
Mhm.
This is how I'm leading you down the rabbit hole, right? You're like, oh, I've got this. We've got it together now. And she's like, yes. And here's the next step. This is a huge growth and development trajectory that Annie is leading you on.
Mhm. She's
Don't
not a regular
ever-
cat at
She
all.
what?
She's kind of airy fairy like, and so you can't get too concrete with her either. You've got to kind of like feel her vibe, is what she's telling me.
But you're
Yep.
going to think you can put your finger on it, get concrete with her, and she's going to be like, haha, now.
Yep.
Off we go here.
Patience.
But there's also this thing of the fluff of her tail. Like that's like the banner, the flag,
Twist.
you know, people at huge music festivals will be like, I'm the one with the purple flag. And I'll be darned if you don't walk into a festival with 250,000 people and there's a purple flag and you're like, oh, they're our friends, when you walk right to them. Her tail is like a banner for you, and you need to follow that. She loves her fluff. She loves her little like gladiator tail. And she's like, follow me. I will lead you. Do not try and pin me down.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm feeling that.
What are you pointing at, Adrienne? Is she up top?
That's my Annie Vinny. She's just staring at.
She's like a little fairy.
Is she on the top? Like she's at the front of the pirate ship going,
Yeah.
off we go on the next adventure.
Yeah.
She is a special girl. We were sharing with Julianne Hart on Monday.
Yeah.
Um,
Julianne.
that Annie is the exception to every rule.
Yeah.
You know, she really is. We've always said our cats are our greatest teachers. And this one, man, she's got us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Just when you think you're getting it figured out, she's going to open up another textbook, another lesson, another.
Every time past 2 years has been oh, okay, you're not normal.
it's
oh,
yeah,
okay,
she is not
we're
like
all right, we're going there.
any cat
Oh,
we've had
really?
in 20 plus years.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. She's like
Yeah.
a fine wine.
Yes, you are like a fine wine.
Thank you both so
Yes,
much. This is such a
so
special
much for
day for
joining
us.
us.
I know it's a special day for a lot of you joining us that got to connect with your babies a little bit closer tonight. Yes, I'm very sorry for anyone that we missed. I do want to put a reminder out there that you guys are available. You guys do readings.
Yes.
For people. Where can they find you? If
links are in the description
for
here
both of them.
for both of them. Yes, individually. And I think Julie's in there too, because I originally thought that Julie was going to be here. But if you guys would like a one-on-one reading with your pet, your animal, or alive or in spirit, please do click on their links in the description here and get your today.
Yeah,
and I swear to you, it's so
worth it.
And also, you guys, one thing we should say is on April 14th, we're all coming together, Meredith and me and you guys and a few more people from the Animal Communication Collective, and we're doing a fundraising event, right, on April 14th for Puppy Kitty New York City, where you can buy tickets. 100% of the proceeds is going to Puppy Kitty. So we're doing this completely for free, and we're going to be picking people from the audience for longer readings than this, like 5-6 minute readings instead of 2-minute readings. And it's going to be on Zoom so we can all see each other. And we're going to raffle off 5 free 30-minute readings. So you buy a raffle, come, and then special VIP after party with the ladies. So you can buy a ticket to that too, and come and hang out and just talk to us. Talk to Adrienne and Jay and share stories about what just happened.
Yes.
So please put it in your calendars, and please buy a ticket and come to Puppy Kitty New York City.
We love being a part. We love it when you guys ask us to be a part of these awesome events that you do.
And if you guys
month.
don't know the work that Puppy Kitty New York City does, just look them up anywhere. They're on Instagram, they're on Facebook, YouTube, they're everywhere. They are doing
really great things for animals. Yeah.
So Meredith, Karen, thank you.
And then we'll be back.
And they will be back
here. Yes. For one of these beautiful sessions again.
Yes. So if since we're only on YouTube tonight, subscribe to our channel And so you don't miss the next episode with these beautiful ladies
people.
from
Maybe
Animal Communication.
Julie will be back next time
Podcast.
too.
Yes. Yeah. We love you guys so much. Thank you for
Love you so
joining.
much.
And thank you, ladies, again for all the amazing
Thank you for your
bring
gift.
to us. Yes.
Yeah.
And we will see you all soon.
Thank
Good
you,
night, guys.
Have a
Bye,
great
guys.